It was just before the Passover. Jesus knew that he's going to leave the world and he's going to the Father. And Jesus was with his disciples, all the disciples. And Jesus was chatting with his disciples. And if you can see, there are all the disciples, there are all the 12 disciples. And right in the center where Jesus is interacting with all the other disciples. And the evening meal was in progress. And Jesus got up immediately from the meal and he took off his outer clothing. And the disciples were all looking at Jesus. Jesus, with the towel wrapped around his waist, he started washing the disciples' feet one by one. Let's see what happens here. And all the disciples are surprised to see what Jesus is trying to do. They were all shocked. Why is Jesus doing this? And Jesus started washing disciples' feet. And once he washes the disciples' feet, he's drying them with a towel that was wrapped around his waist. And the disciples are still in shock. They do not understand why is Jesus doing this. As he pours the water into the basin, he washes the disciples' feet and he dries them up with the towel that's wrapped around his waist. The disciples are confused. They don't know what to say, what to do. And Jesus still continues. And now, Jesus comes to Simon Peter, and Peter says, Lord, are you going to wash my feet? Jesus replied, you do not realize what I'm doing now, but later you will understand. No, said Peter, you shall never wash my feet. Jesus answered, unless I wash you, you have no part with me. Then Simon Peter replied, Lord, not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well. So Jesus started washing Simon Peter's feet. And the disciples are still in shock. They do not understand why is Jesus doing this. But Jesus knew what was going to happen. Jesus continues to wash disciples' feet, and the disciples are looking at each other and they're questioning, why is this happening? Why is Jesus doing all of this? So disciples are still questioning, they're talking. And nobody knows what's going to happen except Jesus. As Jesus continues to wash disciples' feet, they're all still in a dilemma. They don't know what to respond. Jesus continues to wash. As Jesus about to finish washing the disciples' feet, and Jesus looks at the disciple and says, "You call me teacher and Lord. Now just as I have washed your feet, you should also wash one another's feet. I have set an example and you should also do as I did." And the disciples were listening to Jesus. As Jesus said, he put on his clothes and he returned to his place. Just like how Jesus served, we are also supposed to serve others. Alright? When I say serve others, you need to make sure you help others when they are in need, when they are sick, when they are asking for help. Right? This is how you serve and you share God's love. But through love, serve one another. Galatians 5:13.